What up, people? So, just enjoying the real slight breeze out here, which is not something that happens very often. Living down here in South Texas, there's always a southern breeze coming off of the bay this way, and right now it's just a slight breeze, maybe a 5-mile-an-hour wind. So I'm pretty sure the audio will be okay on this video. A lot of stuff going on. Still the waiting game on the house. I'll be honest. Like I said, I went down this last week to Harlingen, Texas, which is about almost an hour and a half south of here, to the actual shed dealer that's building my shed, and spoke to the owner there, which is a great guy. I think he's probably my age or a little bit younger, and he basically said that they needed to do one more coat of paint on it, the urethane paint, and that it should be here this week. So I am keeping my phone close by, waiting for that phone call for them to give me my delivery date. I did look on the Dirksen website, and I have not seen them update the paperwork on there yet as far as this shed goes. So once they get that updated, they'll give me a call, and then I'll have this building out here. And I must say, once again, that after going out there and seeing the building in person, it did make me feel better with the choices I made on the lap siding and the color choices that I made. Like I said in the past on several videos, I was hoping it wouldn't look like a giant turd, and it actually looks like a pretty cool little cabin to me, and that's exactly what I wanted. Obviously it's a shed, but I wanted to have a sort of a cabin feel to it, and I felt like getting the horizontal boards on there instead of the vertical ones would make it look more like a log cabin type. It's not actually logs, it's just, like I said, it's the LP lap siding, but with the colors, to me, it puts off the whole cabin feel, and that's exactly what I was going for. So in the meantime, this morning I spent about 30 minutes out here mowing. We did get a lot of rain yesterday, and we've had a lot of rain here recently, so it's been very muddy out here, and I think I got stuck about 6 or 7 times on the property, just inside the fencing area trying to mow. You can still see back behind me, back over here and this way, the grass is still very tall around trees, fence lines, all that kind of stuff. I do have my weed eater coming in today. I ordered on Amazon, so it should be here, I think, later today. It's an extreme duty one, so it should be able to knock all the stuff out pretty easy. And then I'm hoping that I'll never let it get back to this stage again. I was telling Mom, I said it's almost back to where, to me, it felt like it was almost back to where it was when we first started with the tall grass. So luckily I have a good mower, which knocked it all down fairly easy. And then with this heavy duty weed eater, I shouldn't have any issues. So just basically just hanging out right now. Gotta wait for the pool company to come back. This will be their last week here. They've already installed the pool, which you guys saw them on one of the last videos, bringing it down with that machine. They came back in, did all the cement work, let it dry, and then they're gonna come in today and tomorrow, and the guy that's gonna finish everything, the rock on the top, I believe he's gonna finish it off with some flagstone. So it should look pretty cool. I probably won't be filming any of that, but I will show you guys the finished product once it's done. I am personally interested in seeing how a professional does it, as far as laying rock in and doing all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna learn, and hopefully I can use some of those skills over here on my place. I do plan on doing a cement front porch and a cement back porch, and then probably a full-on covering on the top, not a pergola style, but big enough to where, like I said, I can have a hot tub on my back patio, some chairs, a TV, stuff like that. And over off to my right over here is where the fire pit will go, and then back behind me is where my little creek that we're going to make is going to go, which we're going to use all the pea gravel that they dug out from under the old swimming pool. They dug it out to be able to put the new pool in. They piled it up out in the back, so I can use all that pea gravel, and it's almost probably a dump truck load of it. So I'll be able to line my little creek with all the pea gravel, and then once the water starts flushing everything out, all the rock will look nice and clean, and the creek would look a lot cleaner. So other than that, I think I'm gonna try to drain my pond up here in the front. As most of you guys know, I had a small little solar pump up there, or a little solar fountain that I got on Amazon. It was cheap. You get what you pay for. It was barely trickling. It wasn't moving the water a lot, and in return, when you have water sitting there, it does start to get a little bit of algae and stuff on it, and I'm not gonna lie about that. The pond had some algae in it, and so I'm gonna go ahead and drain it as much as I can. I'm fairly confident I still have the goldfish that I put in there. I'm fairly confident there's some still alive in there. So I'm not going to drain it completely, but I will drain most of the water and then refill it, and then have this place looking too many nice whenever the shed gets delivered out here. Basically, I'm sitting in my backyard, and before I started recording this video, I was just looking around, just taking it all in, and just trying to figure out what it's going to look like with this house out here. It is the dark fern green metal on top. It's going to have the chestnut brown siding on it, the LP lap siding, and they are darker colors, but with all the trees I have out here, it should be putting a lot of shade off over the top of the shed throughout the daytime. I think right now it's currently, just guessing, I don't know, probably about 10:30, 10:45, and I'd say maybe, I don't know, a quarter of the pad side is covered by the trees already. So once it gets around noon and later, the whole pad side's basically shadow, so that should also help being able to keep my building cooled. I was thinking stuff through when I was planning this out. I'm going to have my mini split system on the east side of my house, which will only get sunlight in the morning, and then the rest of the day it'll be shaded, so I don't have to worry about my whatever brand I get, Mr. Cool or whatever it is. I don't have to worry about it possibly getting too much sunlight and making the machine run harder. So that was part of the reason why I wanted the house where it was. I do have mesquite trees in the front. Once they get big, it'll also help shade in the morning. And then I have the oak tree that my dad and I got from my granny's house, that once again was one of the trees that was growing up almost through her fence, so it needed to be removed anyways. And that tree is already probably, I don't know, 15, 20 feet tall, something like that. So it's probably, if you went on Facebook Market, you would spend, I don't know, $500-600 on a tree like that, and we got it for free. It just took us maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes of time to go down there, dig it up with the tractor, and bring it down here and plant it. So I think that was a win for me. And then also, whenever Granny does pass on, it'll always be a reminder of her. Whenever I'm driving right up my driveway, it'll be one of the first trees you see on the property, and I think that'd be pretty cool and a nice little tribute to her. Although I do have a lot of my stuff I did get from her property. She does have I believe it's 9 acres total next to us, and part of it is an overgrown pasture with a lot of stuff in it. So I got some cactus out of there. All those olive trees that I have on my property, I have 4 of them. I got all those from her as well. So I'll always remember her for those, and then all the other plants that I got from my parents' place. It just all ties it in and makes it mean a little bit more to me than just going to Lowe's and buying stuff. Plus, it was free, so you can't beat that. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. I will be going live later at 7 if you guys want to tune in for that. I'm probably not going to stay on an hour. I've changed a lot of stuff on my channel, and one of the things, I just think that the hour-long live chats are too long for me personally, especially with me doing it by myself. It'd be totally different if you have a group of people with you, and I'm not going to ask Mom and Dad and Matt to be in my live chats. If they want to be in it, they can just join in, and I don't mind doing them by myself. I did it like that for a long time, and it's just an hour's a long time, guys. You get it. I know a lot of people don't stay the full hour, and I get people trickling in throughout based off the same questions being asked constantly throughout the live chat. So I'll address once again in the live chat the stuff about the building and when it'll be here. If I get a phone call from now until then, I'll update you guys on that as well. And yeah, so anyways, that's what's going on. Can't do these videos without you guys. I appreciate you for watching. Leave as many comments as you guys can think of once I start building, giving me tips and tricks on things that you see that I could do differently on my videos, or if you see once I actually show you the inside of the building, if you have any thoughts on where the refrigerator could go or where the fireplace, different things like that, in case it's something I didn't think of. That was when I first originally laid out and did the video, there was a lot of people that were commenting things like that, and I was like, that's a good point. I'm gonna have to take that in consideration. So anyways, appreciate you once again. Can't do without you. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you at 7 p.m. Peace. Bye, guys.